Hello everyone, this is Paula back for part 2 of the ephemera. So, there's been a lot that I've had to do on my sewing machine, but I'm showing you these projects that I'm working on so that you will know what they look like. And we'll go through them at the end if we have time, because this will probably be my last video on this particular attaché. But I will be putting it in my shop. So I'm going to finish the ephemera and then we can go through it. Okay, so we really just have a lot of gluing, no sewing to do, because it's just too hard with the amount we have to have on here. So this is our embellishment, ephemera, whatever you want to call it, little folder. And so we're going to decorate the front of it. We have not even talked about what that's going to look like. So I'm going to let my knife, I must be hungry. I haven't had lunch. I'm going to let the scissors tell me what to do. So I cut out these little borders and I just ran a straight stitch across here to do as little, just a little bit of decoration on here. I haven't even decided how far up it's going to go, but I think that down at the lower half will look better. So I'm putting on my little scalloped edging. I was telling you, everything just likes to jump around, doesn't it? And then we'll measure how far we put this one so we can kind of match the other side. I can't believe I got that as straight as I did. Woohoo! You know how much time we all use straightening things or leveling items. Okay. So we're going to flip it over and do the back side the same way. So let me get my ruler so we kind of have an idea which way to go on height. Okay, there's the height. So it is just under 4.5. So that's not bad. Okay. Okay, so 4.5. Okay. Oh no, that's not right. It's impossible. I must have not read it right. I'm looking here. Okay. That's a little better. It is not 4.5. It's 2 3/8. Okay. So 2 3/8. And I've already got my glue on here, so I'm trying not to get glue on me while I'm doing all the rest. And the thing is it doesn't, was that from the top or I'm just putting it on. It really doesn't matter. It's not like you're going to have it laid out on the back. I just thought if I put one in the front, why not put one in the back? Okay, so I hope you guys are having a nice warm day. We're in the teens here in Branson, and we're covered with ice. Yes, ice and then rain on top of the ice. It iced yesterday. Sleet and and then it sleeted this morning, and then rain came with thunder, which is so freaky. You can't see the lake, you can't see anything. It's like you're in a scary movie. But anyway, so it looks like those are straight enough. I wasn't too far off. Could have gone up just a little bit more to be level with this side. Okay, so put that right there. And the first thing we're going to do is put this pretty image on here that I found in some journaling tags. I can't remember which one it was. Sorry. It may have been an old one. You can find some of your prettiest ones right in a bunch of papers, you know, all the goodies. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this like in the middle, or is what my eye calls the middle. Let me look, make sure. Yeah. They can move just for the slightest reason. Okay, so I'll be careful now. But I wanted to add another little something, and I had thought about this, but it didn't end up looking right, you know. So I'm not using that. I decided since this has got tulips and rosebuds and everything else, we'd do just a little flower, a rose, pink rose, or fuchsia. I was going to fill up my glue before this, but no, I didn't. Sorry. Okay. And I'm just going to put it on here at a little bit of an angle. Right here. Kind of hanging on and off. But because it has a butterfly there, we got to have a butterfly on here as well, right? I think I'm going to put it right down here. These things have all been inked. So, should not have any problems not being able to see them. Normally, I would pop up my butterflies, but since it's on a cover that's going to be in a pocket, I decided I better not. Whoa. And I must have cut off the head to this little guy. I'm going to have to draw it on. See what we come up with. Normally I'd put a little gem or something like that, but I feel like when you do that, you got to do it other places. So I'm just going to put a little circle, and if I don't like it, I'll go back and put a gem, some color, probably black if I have them. So that's the head, but I wanted to do the antennas. So they're on here. And that's not bad. Could be worse, right? So, now it doesn't seem balanced to me. But I'm not going to do anything about that right now. If I decide that before I put it in my shop, I'll make a change if I feel like it needs something. Okay, that's the cover. That's the back. Now, this is what we did yesterday, or the last video, first video one. And since then, I've cut a bunch of tags, all different kinds of tags. I think there's like 8 or so in there, maybe. Might be more. I didn't really count them. I'm guessing. So now we're going to decorate these inside areas here. And I'm going to put my scissors right there for now. And I'm going to put my other stuff there. So this is going to have a long pocket because, well, it just makes sense. Went ahead and stitched this tag. And now I'm going to, oh yeah, we're decorating the tag. So on the tag, this is a little different, but I want to line up roses. And we're not going to like stitch on them or anything. We're just going to, you know, kind of cover them up a little. No, now I remember I'm putting them in the wrong spot. Okay. And then we'll do this one. And then we'll do this one. And then we'll come back and put one kind of on top. I'm going to leave them laying there for now. And we're just going to ink around them. You know, put enough that they'll stay on, but not run over the sides. Like I usually do. I feel like I can't make anything without tape oozing out or glue oozing out. I cannot get with it on my words today. I don't know what my deal is. I didn't have very much sleep last night, and seriously, like 3 hours maybe. I'm not sleeping well. And so on top of my joint problems, you know, so yeah, I have a lot of autoimmune problems, and they all have given me fatigue and joint pain in my whole body. On top of that, I have fibromyalgia, and we all know how much fun that is, right? Okay, now. And I'm just kind of spacing them out a little bit. Okay. Now on this one, I just decided that we would put some fabric here. And I know that it's kind of covering things, but yeah, it completely covers that one. Oh well, no big deal. I do have plenty of those. So I'm going to put this fabric down. I think I had a fourth flower, and I don't know what happened to it. Okay, let me put this. Where do I want to put it? I like it like that. I'm a slanter. I don't know, sometimes I think it just is fun. And that's what matters. Now here's a rose picture, and I've stitched around it, straight stitch, just to make it pop off the page a little bit. Like it makes it feel like it's the star of the show. Not any big deal of a show, but it's fun. Okay, so this just pops it out just right. and get that to glue down now. Doesn't feel quite as sticky. I'll check this in a second, and I might have to go around it and do something with it. So the next thing we should do is put the pocket on. My goodness. It's going around and attacking all my other stuff. The glue. My glue rolled right over and put glue on top of that. Okay, so now we're going to put our pocket on. And the tag we just made will go inside. And we'll put something, up there for, so I'm just putting glue on here, and I always say don't put a lot, and usually I'm the culprit that does. I try not to, it's just my brain. If I'm not really thinking about it, my brain just does its own thing. You mostly don't want it to get behind your pocket, because then, you know, it'll get in your pocket and glue whatever you put in there. Glue it like it's not supposed to be glued. Yeah, there we go, Paula. Do it again. Okay. But I don't see any on the inside, so I think we're good. Okay, so we're going to go right here on this lower level and line up where you want your, and this thing fits snug. Just FYI. I remember that just now. But that's all right. Okay. You got to work quick, and I'm getting sticky all over me. I'm going to have to get out a wipey. And we got to push this up a little. Man alive, it wants to go up there or stay down or something, and it's not wanting to glue. So I have exactly what it needs to glue. I love these little quilting clips. I guess that's what they're called, but they will make something stick, and they're worth the investment. I want to say they were like $19 or $20, something like that. So my grandkids will be coming to see me in about 2 weeks during fall break. So I'm anxious to see them. Okay, now when that is dry, we'll be able to put this in there, and we'll be able to decorate the front of this. And I'm just basically putting that on there and this other butterfly. Okay, so let me get that. Let's put something in on the tag as far as fibers go. Let's see what I have. Okay, let's do this pink. Come on, little guy. Cooperate. Okay. So I probably cut that way longer than I need. My little scissors don't cooperate, so we'll see if we can get it through this tiny hole. I used my total punch that has all the different tag toppers, and their little hole for the top is tiny. All right, what is the deal? Have to get something to stick it through. And I'm going to use in the future, I'm going to try to remember to use my regular. So it has just a tiny bit sticking out. So I'm going to try to find something to kind of push it through. And then I'll move it. I don't want to spend all of our time doing this. Okay, now I'm going to reach back there and see if I can pull part of it. No, it is not even in there. So we'll do that. I'll show you this eventually. You'll see it, but I want to make sure it's giving me nightmares. Okay, so we're going to set these few little things aside and come back to that when this dries. And now we're going to do the tag that goes on the other side. Now it has it's a tag pocket is what it is. And I just stitched over some little little cards, not index cards, tags. And then I added the one left fabric topper on there, which just makes it different. It's not like the most beautiful in the world, but it comes pretty close. Okay, this time we're going to actually get my glue stick out. We're actually going to use glue stick to cover the tag. So it's going to be collaged. I tell you what, I haven't been having the hardest time getting my lids off of these. Okay, glue sticks. Now we got that. Let me get a piece of paper to put under it so we can, I don't know what I don't know what story this is, so if there's anything naughty, I'm sorry. Okay, so I thought we would start with putting, it would help to put it on the actual paper, Paula. I can't remember how much. It's been too long since I got it together to remember what goes down first and so forth. But I'm guessing. I am guessing. So I'm going to put the music over there. No, wait a minute. Let's see. Let's put this paper right here. But I got to see which one goes first. I hope you guys can see okay. Tell me if you couldn't. Now, I know the music goes down here. And I think I must have, oh no, this goes under here maybe. Kind of sticks out a little bit. And then this one, that's not how I had it. I'm going to do it like this. We're just going to do it like I was thinking and hope for the best. Okay. Trying to stay up high enough that you can see. So we're going to collage it right there. And then on this one, we're going to go down the side here and catch what we can, but I have a feeling we might have to add some more. You never know. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here. and hope that I have it in the right spot. No. That's irritating. What did I do with the other pieces? Maybe there wasn't any other pieces, correct? Okay, this is going to go, because it needs to come up this way, all the way, and adhere right there. We'll just add something here at the bottom. And then, let me see what scraps I've got hanging around. I'm working on it. Isn't that how it goes? When you're looking, you never find what you need. Okay, so let's just rip off some. Let me get it. Where did it go? Oh, there's some. I'm like, I knew I had some text laying around that we could put on there. I think we're safe with this book. I always try to look at it if I'm collaging with it to make sure it doesn't show anything inappropriate. So, let's see. Let's do that. I'm sorry, I'm not talking, I'm concentrating. These, this little book I bought is just, it is a lot of hours put into this book. It's twice as many hours as a regular journal, but they're beautiful. I think they're really cool. Let's go this way and line it up right there. It'll get the right amount at this bottom. I think I had a dictionary piece down there, but it wasn't where it needed to be. Every time I want to do that, I feel like it runs out. For some reason, this bottle of glue stick is kind of rough. It's smoothing out better now. It's probably because it's been sitting here not being used for a while. I do use it, but not every day. Okay, well, that's as good as it gets right there. It's not really perfectly how I wanted it, but it's real close. And I'll be stitching around this, so we don't have to worry about it. Not worry about the fact that it's glue stick instead of actual glue. I don't trust any kind of glue stick. But while we work on it here, it can be finished. Now, what else did I want to do with this? What else? Oh, I remember. Okay, so I've got sari silk right here. And you know, you can pull the thread on sari silk over and over and over, and it still wants to come off of the actual silk. But we're going to not worry about that. Now, this is going to go over here on this side, and it's going to be up here, and I'm going to zigzag down through it right there. scrunch it up as I go, and then it will be on this side of the tag. Okay, and then we'll include a little butterfly right up in here. Okay, now I made it a little long because once you start scrunching it, it ends up getting shorter, right? So we will put in the top of this one, we may put some of this same silk or that other, this one I couldn't get to work. Same hole, it's not going to go in there. So I'm not going to put the butterfly and this on until I sew. And because I think I'm going to just sew down the middle of that butterfly so he has a little bit of dimension. Now, this goes in the other side. Let me show you. This one goes on this side over here. Now you snug it up to the left side, and you only stitch it on, or glue it on, I mean, on the bottom and the left side. And that way it'll get a little bit of this bottom here. That way you can get your tag in there. And hopefully the tag, you don't know, I just cut stuff, so I don't always know. I didn't do much measuring on this. And then it will fit in there. But when you glue it, it is a little harder to get in there. So just remember that. Now I'm going to set this over here, awaiting. And next we have one more little thing, and this one has to be glued. So, I mean, has to be, and I just folded up this little scrap piece of paper, cut the edges here, the corners, and stitched around the front and the back. And I stitched around this little flower, and I'm just going to put it here on the front to give a little more, keep it from looking so plain. And what's in it is some scraps, mostly tea stained. In there you just jot down, make little notes or whatever. It's for the beauty. And I'm just going to do it like this. This is a little tag, cigarette tag, or what do they call these? I think that's them. See, I've got it oozing out there too. So that was not a lot of thinking went into that, but so we've got to, I don't know what I did with the other. I think, oh, and I want to show you, I made this off camera because I have decoupaged for you guys a million times. And I made a pouch. And what I did is I took a piece of, 2 pieces of paper, made sure you had everything as far as printing on there, and good printing, you know, like children's books, something that doesn't have anything that's not very nice. Okay, and so what I did is I decoupaged this side, let it dry, decoupaged this side, and let it dry. And then when both of them were dry, I flipped them over and did the inside of the pouch, like just the lettering, just to give it some strength, and boy did it ever. And then I had some scraps left over, so instead of making just regular journals, I made 2 to match the pouch. And I zigzagged and put a little tab on both of them. And those are going to go in the pouch, and anything else, you know, a person would want to put in here. I think I was going to add this in here, but I can't remember. I want to make sure the glue's, I'm going to wait till it dries. And anyway, so this is going to go in one of my pockets. And what else? Really, you know, I'll probably make some do something with envelopes. I don't have any envelopes here that, sorry, I'm getting dry. Getting dry from not, I'm looking over here to see if I have some envelopes at the side of my table. Like the small ones. Oh, let me get my container. How could an envelope not be inside here, right? Yeah, it will be. We'll just have to dig for it. This is where I just keep my favorite stuff, you know. And there, it's all glue, it's all tea stained, and I don't have to worry about doing that. I've got some envelopes. I don't want them too grungy. That one's not bad. That envelope's way too big. You have to watch that too. Make sure you don't have anything too big. There's another one. Okay, so I have no idea what we're going to do with those. And I'm gonna, before I think about working on the envelopes, they'll be very simple. I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to run this tag right here through the sewing machine, and I'll be right back with you. It shouldn't take but a minute. I say that, but do I really know? Let me see. I was trying to decide. I think I do. I think I said to myself, do it in straight stitch. It's just easier. You guys can hear me, but you probably can't see me. I don't know if we can turn it over and let you see or not. Can you see the sewing machine? I don't know. Nope. Sorry, guys. I tried. Instead, you got to see my dirty desk. All right. Give me just a second. Okay. Now, I'm going to start at the bottom of the tag because I don't want to do the one side of the tag because I want to put the sari silk on there. I should have waited for this tag to dry, but I'm impatient. Okay. Get it turned around. I went too far down, of course. Okay. Almost done. Except I gotta sew the sari silk on. Thank you for being patient. Okay. It's hard to sew things on your machine when they're odd shapes and they're not you know, like cardboard. Okay, so I just did those three, the top and the bottom and the right side. So see, you can see where I'm at. Now right here, I'm just gonna take it and shove it through the machine with a zigzag. I'm gonna change size, and I'm going to zigzag with and kind of scrunch this as I go. May take me a second, no more than I just did. Okay, let's get you going here. Try to fix it where it won't have string out everywhere. You know how that is. Pretty much impossible. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. We're going to start off in the middle. And hopefully it will cooperate. If not, oh well. I don't want it to hang off a lot. So I had too big a stitch. I want to make sure I have the right stitch on. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to get it done here. You don't really know what you're going to end up with until you get it finished, you know, when you do this scrunching, and I like it to look messy. Come on, come on, come on. One more little stitch here. Goodness. Okay. Now, I'm just going to glue my butterfly on. That way I can still be where you can see what's going on. So this is how it turned out. I just added a little fun to the little tag. Especially when you collage, you know, it just looks better. Okay, and we're just going to stick this little butterfly right here. I didn't glue the whole thing down. I think I am going to add gems to those two little tags, but I'm not going to worry with it this very second because that won't be difficult. Okay. If I can get this to stop. My scissors are so dull. These used to be my sewing scissors and I loved them. Well, my paper scissors that I loved just got where it was, you know, not doing what it was supposed to do. It would snag or whatever. And now I've got the scissors from who knows where, if you know what I mean. They look beautiful. They're the most expensive ones, but they're so tight. I can hardly, with one hand, I have a hard time opening and closing them. Anyway, off the subject. Okay, let's do some little antennas. And then we'll start putting some of this stuff together. Okay, pull it over here. We've already got the inside, so we don't have to worry with it. I'm going to take these clips off. And hopefully it will stay down like it's supposed to. I'm trying to get used to pushing my stuff up. I decided to use these old Stampin' Up! Papers, table pads, and I just like can do and get it dirty as I want. Okay, So we got this pocket is now glued down. I don't feel any glue on him. Maybe on the side a little bit. Not a lot. And hopefully it didn't glue inside like it's not supposed to. So here is our tag. We are going to actually try it. I think I'm missing a tag. No, this one don't go in there. This one goes in there. I'm like, what's going on? You have to kind of lift it over that little spot. And then I'll fight with the topper. Now let's decorate this bottom, which is not going to be difficult. We're just going to glue it because I've already stitched it. I did a lot of stitching one day on this. It's, ugh. I mean, I like to stitch, but after 20 things, you know, it either gets more crooked or much slower. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down here. And I had decided to do it straight. It was hard for me. But that's what I decided. So butterfly number 3, I guess. Okay. I'm going to put it up at the top because I think, which means I should have really put my picture down, but it's okay. This works fine. I used to have some little black, not sequins, but I don't even remember what it's called. I went blank. Gems. Little gems that you stick on there. Okay, this side is done. And I think it turned out really cute. And over here, we got to glue down the little monster. So I'm going to try one more time to get this in. I don't know how lucky I'll be about it. There it is. Just have to have patience, Paula. And I'm just tying a knot on all of the tags. Sometimes I add a staple. It just depends. This is real slippery. So I'm not going to try to cut it. I'm not going to try to take it in through there again. I'm just going to give it a little staple. I don't think I pulled it through quite enough. So it's kind of got a wild look to it. I might change that later. So now we're going to glue down this side and put it right here on the left-hand side. Okay, you want to put it all the way to the bottom. And remember not to move it around any more than you have to because that glue will smear. So I'm just looking and hoping that I'm getting it in the right spot. me see. Yes. Yeah, it's not hanging off, but it's trying to, it needs to be pinned down or clipped. There you go, right there. I think, there, move that one out of the way. So I'm going to clip all the way down this so it has time to dry. We'll fluff up the sari silk later. And this is my favorite thing, is this little pocket, you know, and then you could slide this under. Now remember, let it dry first, but still, it's not going to go all the way in. So be prepared for that, just because it's a hard place there. Okay, so it looks like we're close enough that I can show you. There. Now, this is going to be, it's not how I normally do. What did I do with my, I'm sitting here, what did I do with my, oh, there it is, it's covered up. And I may do some things off camera that you will not see, but that's okay, because that allows what you're expecting to be fun. Okay, this is an attaché. It was designed by Tracy Fox at Love Junk Journals on Etsy. It's a class, so I did not do any of this on camera, but I want to show you that this is the first one I've made with fabric. And, you know, it's on the bottom there. This is all fabric with some muslin behind it. This is fabric. I thought it was a great, I have to stop and think about how I put this in here. Yeah, and then you have muslin on the inside. And then, look at that. It's beautiful. There's no cooler way to say it. It's just beautiful. And what we're going to do, I'm going to move this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the stuff that's dry and go ahead and put it in. When I put my journal in, I put it in this direction because it's not going to have a tie. And I try to put it in the larger, well, actually, the next to the largest pocket. And the other big one will go in this other wider pocket. Here in the middle will be the pouch. What did I do with the pouch? Oh, it's right in front of my eyes. Okay, and the two journaling cards. Let's see, yeah, right here. And I added some little tabs to that. And then you'll have this front one empty. And I'm going to put envelopes in here. And then I'm going to leave one empty in the back for whatever a person would want to put in there. And then, of course, we've got this, which is still drying, you know, and you've got all these tags inside this pocket. And so it will go like this. It won't close now because of the clips, but it will slide in. You always slide them in by the binding. Okay, that will have to dry. So what we're going to do now is, I got to think about where to put this little book. Let me see how much time we've got. Well, it looks like we're at the end of our rope, or the end of our, so this video is acting as my flip, like you would for flip through. This is the actual video for that. And it will be, oh, this video won't air for a couple weeks, probably. I don't know. Just keep checking back and forth, because I have, this makes 3 videos that I have to post, and they won't be posted day after day after day, because I'm in a place I have to have rest. And as bad as I hate to say it, I hope you guys hang in there with me. I love you guys, and I miss the everyday thing, but I just can't do it anymore. So, I hope you enjoyed this video and this 2-part series. And tell your friends about me. Come back. I think it's worth the wait. All right, guys. See you next time. Bye.